Hello and welcome back to Thoughts, Feelings, Emotions. I'm your host Dan Weller and I'm joined with you as always by our excellent co-host Danny Frankham.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good. What the fuck do you want me to do?
I don't know. We kind of gone nuts. We had a lot of sound issues before setting up.
Yeah, and audio issues, visual issues, life issues, world issues, politics issues.
And we're kind of just going a bit crazy now. So...
But we're still bringing you a podcast.
Let's start the podcast off with what the F have you been up to? What have you watched or played in the past week that you would recommend?
Mandalorian. That's it. That's all I've done this week. Nothing else. I've done fuck all.
I've done Mandalorian and Trial of Chicago 7, which you told me to watch ages ago. So let's go for Mandalorian first. What do you think of the episode?
Yeah, it was really good. I really enjoyed it.
Is it bad that I've already forgotten what it is about?
Baby Yoda gets captured.
Oh, that was it, yeah. So we now know the dark robot
That's
things.
pretty much all that
Oh, they
happens. Is he goes to a rock, puts Baby Yoda on a rock, Boba Fett pops up, and then kicks some ass, and they finally made Boba Fett cool.
Yeah, finally.
Or somewhat cool.
He does look a bit overweight now in that suit.
Looks a bit mangled as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I never really liked Boba Fett as a character, so...
Once again, I everything's jumbled in my brain for Star Wars. I have to watch it again to actually get an opinion on it, probably.
Yeah, Baby Yoda's been captured, or a Grogu, or whatever.
Yeah, Grogu is the name. I forgot what it was last week, but yeah, it's Grogu. Good old Grogu.
Yeah, good old Grogut. Everyone loves Grogut.
And he's a bit more now in tune with the Force, and he can now fling stormtroopers
Stormtrooper.
across the room.
How'd you forget Stormtroopers?
I'm forgetting every word. It's been a long week.
True.
So, yeah, this podcast, there will be a lot of words I'm going to forget and stumble along. But, that's normal. That's what you get for this podcast. You come here for that. And then the other thing I watched, of course, was Trial of Chicago 7. You have seen it already, right?
Yep.
So that was quite good. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
Stars Eddie Redmayne and Sacha Baron Cohen. About in 1968. Protests started to be a riot and 10 people died. And it was all about the trial of these 7 men for starting the riot. And I think it was all very well done. The screenplay was well done. I hated the judge, which I think they were trying to go for. So a fairly good film. I would recommend checking it out.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good when I saw it.
So let's go on to the next section of Why Does This Exist? This is the section where we will find some random things throughout the week and then we question, why do they exist? The first one I came across, I eventually saw the first few console adverts on TV and I thought, what's the point? Because you can't get one.
True, but I also haven't seen any ads.
Yeah, I saw one for the Xbox and one for PlayStation on TV. And I was like, I'd love to actually get one of these, but I can't. So what's the point of having it here?
Why are you lying to yourself? You said you didn't want one.
Oh, no, I don't want one, but it's still the same point, right? I'm talking about someone else in the third person. So some guy, Dave, down the street, is going to be looking at that saying, I want a PS5, and then he's going to try to get one, and then he can't because they're all sold out. So they've kind of shot themselves in the foot. Oh, then do you want to talk about your topic?
Uber's buying Postmates, and I'm just like, Uber doesn't work around where I live, and Postmates is American, so it doesn't really affect me. But it also fucks over a lot of Americans who want to just have multiple delivery services that have stuff for cheap, because a lot of them have to competition invites changes and things, but a lot of this is just going to make it more convenient but less good, I guess. Maybe, I don't know, we'll have to see.
Yeah, I mean, I have never actually used any kind of deliver service, mainly because in my area the only thing you get delivered is Domino's, and I don't like Domino's. It's a bit too much bread for me.
I love Domino's, but I can get Domino's delivered on a Domino's website rather than...
Yeah, but it's a bit overrated. Do you not think Domino's is a bit overrated?
Yeah, but it's still good. It's good cheap, and it's the
cheap.
only one that
It's cheap! Domino's is not cheap.
Where I live, it's cheap.
Well, maybe compared to everything else, but it's very expensive around here. Right, if I go up the road, I can get another pizza for like £7, the same size, and it tastes better. So that's why I think it's overrated.
All the stuff around here is garbage compared to Domino's. That's the thing. Domino's is like the best thing compared to everything else, because it's like a Papa John's. There's some fancy ones that charge you like £20 for half the size of a Domino's one, so it's just not worth it.
That sounds very expensive, and that's why you don't live near London.
True. People rough. We've painted a real picture of where I live, and people are going to start narrowing it down.
Right, let's move on to our next section of the podcast. The reason why we're kind of rushing into everything right now is that we have 18 different headlines to go through.
And Dan doesn't want to edit an hour-long podcast.
Nah, so I'm rushing through all this.
For some odd reason.
I can't be done with editing. Well, no, I was fine, right? But if we keep going on this rate, This podcast can last me an hour and a half.
Yes.
So, anyway, moving on to our first headline. Last week, we talked about the mysterious monolith that appeared in Utah and has disappeared, and some other ones have appeared.
Yeah, there was one in Romania, I think, and then there's another one that's popped up in California.
Yes.
And that's all we have to say.
We know nothing else.
By the time we record this, both of them have been gone. So
It's the aliens.
Yeah. The first monolith disappeared, a new one popped up in Romania that was like a cheaper knockoff, and then another one's popped up in California, and that disappeared, or it's going to disappear probably.
Do you think someone just nicked it?
Well, they had footage of people. There was a person who was there and had like a camera and stuff, and said that like 3 people turned up in a truck, knocked it down, and then just drove off.
They're like,
That was pretty much it.
It could be interesting. I do wonder what they are. I mean, there might be some sort of publicity stunts or something, but whatever. We will hopefully find out one day. Or maybe we never will. We have actually grouped these headliners into sections, so that was kind of the random section that we couldn't think of anything. We're now going to go on to the streaming/movie news of the week.
Yeah, starting with Warner Bros. Brothers. I don't know why I said bros. Warner Brothers is releasing all of their films from 2021 on their scheduled release dates in cinemas and on HBO Max.
Yeah, so the first one they did was Wonder Woman that came out.
Yeah, that's
this weekend.
It's coming out on December 25th.
Oh, 25th, is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's the 25th December, Christmas Day. They're releasing it to HBO Max in theaters and in cinemas. And then anywhere else in the world, I guess if you want to watch it, you have to have a cinema open because HBO Max isn't anywhere else except America.
I mean, I did see an advert for on TV today, or yesterday, where you could go to cinemas. I thought I said December 16th, but I could be wrong.
No, it's 25th because it was Christmas Day. I think also Disney's Soul is releasing on Disney Plus for free at that time. A lot of stuff seems to be coming out on Christmas Day for whatever reason.
I mean, it kind of makes sense on a streaming service, Christmas Day.
Yeah, but even then, theaters makes no sense. But yeah, this kind of just is one of the final nails in the coffin for cinemas. Because it's like, well, we're going to sort of release them, but people kind of will just go and watch it on HBO Max if they're not, because it's not the Disney Premium model. I don't think. I think they're just giving it to you for free.
Yeah, try to get more people in. I mean, if you're a DC subscriber, or back then, all those assets are mostly going to HBO Max now, and that just means you have to pay for HBO Max to watch all these cool services.
Yeah, I mean, it would help if they released it to the rest of the world, but you know, it's great.
Nah, America's the greatest.
America's fucking hellhole. The whole reason they're doing it is because their country can't do anything right.
Anyway, move on to the next headline. Talk about streaming services. I don't know why I said that. The whole section of streaming services. Disney Plus and Hulu have now become one service.
No, they're potentially. There's rumors that Disney's potentially going to fold Hulu into Disney Plus so that they have a more adult and kid-oriented platform rather than just having a kid-oriented platform. So you might start getting like the actual Fox X-Men films on Disney Plus.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. Which just mainly because I think a lot of people have kind of realized that Disney Plus is good for Mandalorian, good for Marvel, and then good for the Disney catalog. But then if you want anything more mature, you're kind of stuffed. Because you either have to pay for Hulu. And in America, you can get a Hulu and Disney Plus bundle anyway with ESPN, which you can't get anywhere else in the world for some odd reason.
Once again, America being the greatest country in the world.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Seems. Yeah. But, yeah, that's basically it. There's a couple rumors that Disney might fold Hulu into it. Because not a lot of people use Hulu, but they've got a good catalog of stuff that they actually have. And I think Disney now owns a majority share in it because of the Fox merger, so...
Yeah, because how many films actually are kind of 18 plus for Fox?
Oh, you got like Alien, Predator, Terminator, bunch of other ones.
Yeah,
Deadpool,
you'd want those on the streaming
Logan.
service.
Yeah, you'd want all these big blockbuster things, but you can't have it because Disney is kind of kid friendly. So it's just kind of like, ugh, why not just make them two things and have an adult section, a kids section, a teenager section, and then just make it so that parents have more control over stopping their kids from watching the adult stuff. Maybe you have to type in a PIN. Maybe you have to suck your dad's dick if you want to watch Disney Plus.
I mean,
R-rated.
Netflix made it
Who
work.
knows?
Netflix got you
Yeah,
initially have it. You have a children's section and you have the rest of your adults.
kids. Yeah, there's kids and adult content, and no one cares if their kids watching adult content anymore.
Nah,
God, the internet's ruined that child-safe thing. Like,
there's no such
YouTube's
thing as
even-
child safety anymore. Let's be honest.
Yeah, you can't advertise ads to kids, but you're not advertising ads on Disney Plus. So what's the problem? That's the thing. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Talking about sort of a similar thing of Disney not liking 18 plus. Disney 3 allegedly will not be under the Disney
Disney
branding.
free, yeah. Disney free, Dan.
Deadpool 3 will not
There
be a
you
Disney
go.
film.
Nah, it's gonna be under the Fox branding.
Brooks.
Shut up! You did it first.
Which makes sense because Disney like to have their family side of things, and they don't
Yeah.
want to have a 15 or R-rated film
Pretty
under the
much.
Disney branding.
Yeah, I've always wondered how they're gonna do stuff now that they own it, because it's just always been a weird question in the back of everyone's mind. Going, is Disney gonna finally grow up and not just be for kids and weird adults who are kids at heart? Who
Yeah,
go to
well,
Disneyland.
the thing is, someone made a point to me about all the original Disney films that came out all those years ago, and those people are still with them, are now adults.
Yeah,
I mean, really, it should be growing up with the people. If
Yeah.
you've got all these younger people, most of them don't watch Disney stuff.
Well, I was watching a
They watch loads of other stuff now. There's loads of other different things for kids.
yeah, but I was thinking there's a video I was watching for R-rated content and why R-rated superheroes and everything have become super popular. And it's because basically all of these properties should remain kid friendly, but you need to create new properties that are adult so that the generations can grow up with them. Because all you're doing, because there's like the Batman problem. Batman spans so many variations. You've got R-rated Batman, like in Batman v Superman, a killer, blah, blah, blah. And then you've got the 1960s Adam West Batman, which is like kid-friendly Batman.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
you've got like Christopher Nolan's Batman. So all like it's such a weird mishmash character, and then you get all these fans that defend this version, and because it's their version, and then they won't let any other version of that character exist. And then so if you want it to be like a good thing, you gotta keep that character as one thing, and then create a new character. But people don't want new characters; they want the same character to like they want Batman to kill, because it's like I'm growing up and I want my childhood thing to kill now. But you need that Batman thing to get people into the thing.
My thing
Get
is,
me?
the problem with my Batman kind of side of things, I don't want Batman to kill. Batman isn't.
No.
Superman, yes. 'Cause Superman has killed in the comics.
Yeah, but I mean, it's that you grew up with Batman and you want Batman to mature with you, rather than finding another thing that's similar to Batman but is mature. Because
Yeah, that's what you mean.
you want that growing up thing, but you don't want Batman to grow up with you, because then it locks out all the younger generations to get into Batman, basically.
Yeah.
Because if you make Batman adult, and then you have Batman for kid-friendly Batman and Batman that's R-rated, they're going to blend together, and a kid could pick up a comic that's R-rated, and you wouldn't know because it's just Batman on the cover. It's a weird thing, but, I mean, life gets crazy sometimes. Moving on to Obi-Wan is also filming in January.
Woohoo! Everyone wants the Obi-Wan series.
I do. This is the only one that I was really interested in until The Mandalorian kind of went and actually made itself good.
Everyone loves Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Ewan McGregor?
Yeah, Ewan McGregor.
Oh, yeah, I said
I
it
mean-
right.
Yeah.
All right.
I would have. Well done. I'm so proud of you. See, I was wanting this more than the Han Solo film, because I didn't want the Han Solo film. I don't know why they did a Han Solo film, because no one wanted a Han Solo film.
It did well.
It didn't. It tanked.
It did all
It's one
right.
of their least successful
Did it not?
movies. No, it did bad. It didn't do the numbers they wanted it to do,
Oh, well.
and also it got critically slammed as well.
It wasn't that bad.
It's not great, but it's not a good film. It's such a pointless thing, because it's like, oh, here's how he got his vest. Here's how he got his name. Here's how he got his gun. Here's how he got Chewbacca. It's just like, no one cared about any of these things, and they've done it better and expanded stuff. So it's like, why do you need to... And also the mystery around Han Solo was that he was just a mystery. You don't want to explain the mystery, otherwise it ruins the character.
Very true. Very true.
'Cause it-
Talk to
'cause
who?
it's not-
Sorry.
Yeah, like, it's just like, you leave Han Solo as a mystery, so...
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Ewan McGregor coming back as Obi-Wan. The thing is, what's he actually going to be
Hello
doing?
there.
Ewan McGregor, what's he actually going to be doing as Obi-Wan?
He'll be
Because
sitting on a
he's
rock
on
meditating.
Tatooine.
Well, they've already kind of showed what he's been doing. He's just been kind of hanging around because there's the Rebels or Clone Wars episode where Obi-Wan and Darth Maul face off against each other again because Darth Maul finds out about Luke and goes to try and kill Luke.
Oh, that would be actually quite cool if they did it on a TV show.
Yeah, that would be interesting. But yeah, that's. I think they've already done that, and it was just that Obi-Wan stands still, Maul attacks, Obi-Wan just slices him in half.
Again.
Yeah, pretty much.
Try this once, don't try it again. Don't mess with the high ground.
But I imagine if you did that on a film, a lot of people would be pissed off. So I'd imagine they'd do a massive fight sequence and have it all blown out of proportion and, ruin their canon that they've already established. Speaking of Star Wars and stuff, Oscar Isaac's going to Solid Snake, because Oscar Isaac's in Star Wars. Perfect plug and sideways, segue, suck my dick.
Is he?
Yeah, he's Poe.
Poe
Dameron, the pilot in the...
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, that's Oscar Isaac.
Ah. I don't know what it looks like with his hair, because I've only ever seen him in Apocalypse.
You've seen him in Star Wars, though.
Yeah, but I saw Apocalypse first, before Star Wars.
That doesn't matter. You've still seen Star
Well,
Wars.
I don't know. Well, I don't know who the characters are in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Sorry, the actors are. Well, the characters for them are, the new ones.
Fair enough. But yeah, he's going to be in the Solid Snake movie. And that's pretty much it. I don't think there's anything else other than that. And Dan's favourite show on all time and favourite last season ever, Game of Thrones.
Thanks.
House of the Dragon begins production in 2021.
To be fair, I'm actually looking forward to this. I hope it's good.
Do you know what I found really interesting? After that last season of Game of Thrones dropped out of the public zeitgeist.
Yeah, everyone hated it. It just left a bad taste in everyone's face. It felt like...
Yeah, but like no one spoke about. No one did like complaint videos. No one did anything. Like it just dropped. Like you could probably like Star Wars, Marvel, even if they get a bad thing, the public zeitgeist continues. Whereas Game of Thrones, as soon as the last season ended, it just...
Well, I think because it was the last season. And so people's heads is like, oh, the last season, nothing we can do about it, no point in complaining, it just sucked.
Yeah, but it's just like it just completely dropped. No one went and did like fan redos. No one tried
Some
to
people
do
did.
anything.
Some people did. Some people rewrote it.
Yeah, but not to the scale that Game of Thrones was.
No, not on the
Like
same scale.
it just
Because everyone hated it.
Yeah, but it just—that's what I find so fascinating. It just ended. Even Breaking Bad, however many years on since that, people are still talking about it.
I think if something ends that badly, people will just stop talking about it.
I know, and
because everyone says, "Oh, Star Wars is bad," or something bad on Marvel. It's not actually that bad. It's people being petty and complaining. Whereas Game of Thrones was genuinely bad. It wasn't just people being angry at it.
Never watched it. Didn't give a shit. Couldn't care.
It wasn't people being angry at it. It was just genuinely really bad writing.
I reckon if I watched it, I'd be fine with it because I have no attachment. If I watched it I reckon if I watched it out of contents without any of the backup or like any of the previous.
Well,
seasons,
that's the
I'd
thing,
probably
right?
enjoy it.
So the last season felt like it was out of context. That's the reason everyone hated it, because random things happened that just made no sense, and they was like, what? And yeah, if you had no context, you'd have thought, oh, it's normal. That's like the rest of the TV show, but it's not.
Yeah. So I reckon if I went back and watched only that season, I'd enjoy it.
I wouldn't say you'd enjoy it, but you wouldn't hate it as much as everyone else would.
Yeah.
It's not an enjoyable series to watch of anything. Because if that was the first season of any TV show, it would just not start.
And moving on, Umbrella Academy star Elliot Page has come out as transgender, and they're going to continue to keep
Vanya.
them in the show. Yeah, I've never watched it, so I don't know the character.
Yeah, so Elliot Page will continue playing Vanya Hargreaves in Umbrella Academy, which is going to be very interesting, because I have no idea what's going to happen now.
I don't know what happens to begin with.
Well, I was like, I'm kind of confused. Like, is Elliot still going to play a female character?
I don't know, probably.
Or are they going to... So, bit of spoiler alert,
Right.
End of season 2. In season 2, they went back in time, they changed the timeline, and then the Umbrella Academy in this new timeline became the Sparrow Academy, with a bunch of different people. So technically they could do some sort of time shenanigans and say Vanya's now a man.
There you go. Boom. Solved.
So that could be it, or Elliot's going to keep carrying on playing a female character. Either way, it's a bit of a weird situation. Or strange, probably a better word.
Yeah, but anyway, congrats on finally coming out. It's good.
It's always important to be happy
and it's also
with
a nice
who you
thing
are.
that all the news outlets and stuff actually just changed it, rather than going Ellen Page changed to Elliot Page. It was just all Elliot Page and did the correct pronouns and stuff. So they should be praised for that at least.
And I think Google changed it straight away, and
yeah, everyone just went straight away. Boom.
I think that's just a society we're in now. Most people just don't care. It's like, okay, you changed it, all right.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
It's not a bad thing. It's just like, okay, cool.
No. I mean, it's just like it's a nice thing that we don't have this discussion.
Yeah. It's like it's really strange. It's like whenever someone, even when I think, what's his name? Philip Schofield.
Who?
There we go.
Oh,
He came out as gay, and then like everyone made a deal the first day. And then after that, just no one cared.
I actually didn't know he was gay, so congrats, I guess.
Yeah, he came out. I got this morning one day, and it's like, oh, by the way, I've been married for these 7 years, but I'm actually gay. And then everyone kind of reported on it the first day, and then after that, just no one cared.
Yeah, I mean,
Because that's society we're in now. It's normal.
the only outrage I saw was that they did Umbrella Academy star, not Juno star, because a lot of people seem to like Juno.
Why? It's not a very good film.
I don't know, I've never watched it, but a lot of people were outraged that they didn't say Juno star rather than Umbrella Academy star. But then it's like,
to the
Juno came out how many years ago, and Umbrella Academy is the hot new thing that is relevant to their careers, so yeah. Let's move on to game and tech news.
Yeah, so let's move on. So this first one that you've put on, Razer's now got a modular desktop. I'm really confused about.
So basically, it's just a box that you shove a graphics card in, and then you put it into a thing. That's all you need to know.
I don't understand how can it be a modular desktop? Desktops are modular.
Well, yeah, that's their modular desktop. It's just their desktop.
We can't have a modular desktop because any desktop is modular.
Yeah, well, they're just calling it a... But the more important thing is it's 2,400 quid or dollars.
What's in it?
Their graphics card. I don't even think it comes with their graphics cards, to be honest.
Does it not? But you can't sell a computer that has no graphics cards. That's an Apple kind of thing.
Basically, the Tomahawk is a very different animal compared to the Project Christine. Razer's initial vision of modular PC consisted of a whole bunch of water-cooled modules or cartridge-like parts for each component. Storage, GPU, CPU, optical drive. In contrast, the Tomahawk is basically a custom dwelling for Intel's NUC 9 Extreme Kit, aka Ghost Ken. It takes less than a minute to assemble a Tomahawk, a gizmodo demonstrated earlier in this year. All you do is plug in a NUC 9 Extreme into one of the two PCI Express slots, which itself contains the CPU, RAM, motherboard, and storage. Then snap in a graphics card in the other PCIe slot. Then push the sled into the box. That's it, you're finished building.
I mean, building a computer is not hard anyway.
I could not do it.
Yes, you could. Building computers easy.
I don't have the finesse to do it. I would break something.
No, you wouldn't. It's really easy. It's so easy. Everything could just go one place.
Yeah, I'd still prefer console though.
Okay, consoles are quite easy, just plug and play. But
yeah.
If anyone's got any questions about it, just find a YouTube guide. They're really simple. Like, everyone refers to desktops as adult Lego because it's that easy to build. Picking the parts, however, can be quite complex.
I mean, I've seen kids try and build the art Lego that is meant for adults, and they can't do it. Also, kids have the attention span of like a kid, so they just lose interest, and then the adults do it. So,
yeah,
I wouldn't.
But
I don't know. I just thought this was interesting because I like Razer, and I'd be interested, but it's fucking expensive.
That's not worth it for any desktop.
Let's go on to consoles. Xbox scalpers have claimed over 1,000 Xbox Series X's through Vary, and a UK chain, I think. And then they immediately got cancelled because Vary had the outcry of all the internet going after them. So they cancelled all the orders.
Yay, woohoo! We're gonna win!
Yay! And then also a PS5 turned up at CEX, which is a British reseller, and it was for £815.
I think it's £815. You might as well buy a PC.
Yeah, but that's not the point. The point is that they're trying to upscale even on the newest console. It's fucking...
Everyone's trying to do it now.
300 and something quid more than the actual console itself.
Yeah, it's just so stupid.
And it's like, it's ridiculous, man.
I did see one group of scalpers were like, it's really easy to get hold of these new PS5s and resell them. Like, they're not even trying.
Apparently, shoes are very popular to try and scalp, like the Yeezys and shit. And so they just took the custom program that they did for that, changed it so it would go to consoles. That's what apparently a lot of them are doing. Because apparently shoes are a big market for people to scalp.
Yeah, I suppose it's because, once again, it's come to the limited stock.
Yeah,
where shoes are always very limited stock.
Like, I imagine those limited edition Spider-Man ones that are coming from Sony and Adidas are going to sell out.
Imagine if it never fixes the stock shortages and it's always being scalped constantly.
Yeah, it might be.
That'd be very sad. Sad times.
No, what's sad is this man was forced to sell his PS5 after his wife realized it's not an air purifier.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I was actually wanting an air purifier yesterday. I was cable managing my desk and there's dust went everywhere and I was sneezing everywhere and I was like, do you know what? I really want an air purifier now.
Yeah, it was in Taiwan. It was a Taiwanese man. His wife.
Poor guy.
Yeah. Then more tech news. PlayStation VR 2. You found this one.
I did find out. So Sony have released the patents for the PSVR 2. It features a much slimmer design, more glasses-like, less bulky, thinner headband.
Does it have a wire?
Yes, it's USB-C.
Ah, okay. So it's just one wire, probably. Then.
Which everyone thought would be because it has a USB-C on the front of the PS5.
Whatever happened to Microsoft's like HoloLens thing that they had?
They're still doing it, but it's not meant for Xbox.
Yeah, but that's kind of like it was their version of VR or VAR because it was like their big selling point was Minecraft.
Reality, yeah.
Like their big selling point was like you can do Minecraft in the real world if you have these headsets. But then there's been no talk about it since, and I'm just like, what are they doing? Are they still
doing it? I don't really know.
it?
I mean, I think they are still working on it.
I don't know.
They look quite cool. They're they're meant to be more productive glasses rather than actual gaming ones. So that you could have like your meetings or your calendars on there, and you can have your workload. Like it's basically just uploading your monitor screen to, or not quite like Windows as such, but or maybe because Microsoft they might upload Windows onto it one day, which would be quite cool. You could just do your work while walking down the street.
I don't think they'd catch on. I think the closest ones you're going to get are what did Google buy recently? Those lenses?
Oh, those ones. North,
probably. I think
it was North.
And then Oppo is doing some variation of glasses that have screens in them. So
yeah,
I'd imagine that's the variation.
Well, those glasses already existed. You could buy them. The ones Google bought. Yeah. They're like £600.
Yeah,
which was actually fairly cheap considering if we buy a lot of glasses right now, they cost like £200 anyway. Yeah, that's like £600 for a pair of those glasses, and they work with Alexa as well. I'm amazed that thing didn't trigger when I just said that.
I'm not in the room with mine, so it wouldn't.
Oh no, what a shame.
I could go OK Google and that would work. Speaking of Google, Google Stadia Crowd Play, it's basically if a streamer has a game open and it's like a multiplayer game, people who have Google Stadia can get an invite from the streamer and you can play with the streamer.
Oh, okay, that sounds quite cool.
Yeah, so it's an interesting feature. Shut up, Google!
Well, show and fold, you did talk about it.
I know, but I didn't think it worked.
Why'd you have Google and Alexa?
I wanted to differentiate. I don't want both companies
stealing
my I wanted both companies stealing my data rather than just one.
Ah, hey, of course. Makes sense.
Yeah. Also, I just thought it would be easier rather than shouting it. Because if I shouted for one thing, I could differentiate which devices work with which one, so I wouldn't get confused. Yeah, it was just I just got them on sale.
Yeah, fair enough. For Black Friday, or was it something else?
Ages ago, probably. They just seem to drop in price every once in a while.
Yeah, I was going to buy a new Echo Show.
Why?
I don't know, I wanted one.
There's no benefits to the one you have.
Yeah, but I could add a screen.
What do you need a screen for?
Show me the weather. Show me this. Show me a recipe.
Dan, how difficult is it to open your phone to look at the weather?
I can't be bothered with that. That's too much effort. Show it to me. That's what I want.
Well, get Bixby on your phone to do.
I'm not doing Bixby. Bixby is god awful. I've remapped the button. I've removed Bixby on my phone.
Oh, you could do that ages ago.
Yeah, no, but
they got rid of it on all the new ones.
Yeah, I've now got my.
It's now if you have to hold it down, and no one ever holds down the button.
Yeah,
so.
I've now got it so it opens my payment app on my phone, so I can get my coffees through the Bixby button.
Good for you.
There you go, a little fun fact.
Yeah, a Nintendo hacker who stole a bunch of Nintendo secrets has earned 3 years in prison.
Don't hack, kids.
Yeah,
I see you
especially
downloading
Nintendo.
those hacks for Call of Duty. Don't do it. You go to prison.
Yeah, he's 21. 21-year-old Californian hacker Ryan S. Hernandez, aka Ryan West, who used the online name Ryan Rocks, was sentenced to 3 years in prison this week in a U.S. District Court in Seattle for crimes relating to hacking and possession of child abuse images. Okay, I did not read this beforehand. Okay, child pedophile. Great.
Right, yeah. Mr. Nonce over here.
Associated using phishing techniques to steal credentials of Nintendo employees. These credentials were used to gain access and download confidential Nintendo files, including information about the upcoming Nintendo Switch. This was then leaked to the public. The FBI investigated. They contacted Hernandez and his parents in California home in 2017. In the days he's promised to stop hacking. Agreed to pay $259,325 in restitutions to Nintendo.
Wow. I'm sure that amount of money is really going to help Nintendo. Because they're struggling so much, need that amount of money.
Yeah. Nintendo's raking it in because everyone's buying a Switch because it's the only console that you can get your hands on.
Yeah. Oh, the sad times. Everyone just slowly crying in the corner because they can't get next-gen consoles or next-gen graphics cards.
Yeah. I love it. I'm just sitting here smug as a bug.
I can't get anything either.
You're not trying, though.
No, but I've actually now got a space for PS5 if I wanted one.
Do you, though, Dan? It's a big boy.
I've got space for it.
Yeah, good for you.
It probably will never fit there, but because never put it there.
Is it a standing up or lying down?
Standing up.
Yeah, lying down is real difficult.
Although I have got room, I could have it lying down as well. I could have either.
Hmm.
But I would always.
I've got mine standing up because I've got a side bit, and then I've got my PS4 next to it, and my PS3 next to it, and then I got my PS2 and PS1 just in a section.
I should just put them there. Look cool then.
I would, but it's not big enough to have both. And I'm just like, right. Now we've talked about Nintendo. Give some Nintendo love.
Moving on to the weird, wacky, wonderful world.
Basically, a pub in the UK. The new COVID restrictions have stated that you can't sell alcohol unless you have a substantial meal. And so a landlord renames his ale Substantial Meal to basically get
That's
around
good. I like that.
the alcohol requirements. I think it didn't. I don't know if it worked, but
Don't think it worked.
no.
I love the British sometimes.
Yeah.
Only in England would that happen.
Brett Mendezo, 40, who owns Caxton Arms in Brighton, came up with the joke. Images of the Spear Booth Pump clip was shared to social media last Wednesday. Tier 2, basically... Yeah, our restrictions are basically we can't go anywhere.
Yeah, and I'm in tier 3. It makes me even sad.
Yeah, I think we're in tier 2. I think. I don't know. I don't know what our tiering system is. I think everywhere's basically tier 2, and there are some places that are higher.
Yeah, it's only 3 places. 3 places are tier 1.
Yeah, because I think basically they went, oh, we'll go free for the 4-week lockdown, and then we'll just make it everywhere basically locked down afterwards. But we won't say it's a lockdown because the public will just rage if we say it's a lockdown.
I mean, tier 2 isn't that bad. I wish I was in tier 2. I've got all-you-can-eat Chinese near me, which we've been to before, and I can't go there at the minute because I'm in tier 3 lockdown. But since I'm in tier 2, I can go to the Chinese.
Yeah, but Dan, they gave us the virus, so you just get it.
Yeah.
Donald Trump, fake news, mate. Donald Trump. Well, they technically did start it, but you know. The rest of the world kind of ignored it. They're fine. They're just like, yeah, we got over it.
Yeah. COVID doesn't exist. Fake news.
No, we got rid of it. We worked it out. Your country is stupid and didn't do anything. Just let it run rampant.
Just let it kill everyone. It'll go by itself.
Yeah, the winter will kill it. Oh, wait, it's stronger in the winter? Fuck! Oh, the summer will kill it. It grows stronger in the summer? What? Fuck!
The US never had a second spike. They had a
No.
very long first spike, but they never had a second one.
It's still going. This is just one continuous long rising spike. It's like, yeah, great, cool, love it.
The Thai fisherman has found whale vomit worth £2.4 million.
Yay! I knew that because of Futurama. Apparently, whale. I can't remember what it's called though. What's the name of whale vomit? Like, it's got a name.
Mammalian spew?
No, it's like something.
No, it is. I'm reading it right here.
Yeah, but
Oh, ambergris as well.
ambergris. That's the one. That's what Futurama said. That's the one I know.
Yeah.
Ambergris.
So it earns a fisherman earns £500 a month, has discovered what he believes to be the world's biggest blob of whale vomit, worth £2.4 million. The mammalian spew, known as ambergris, is expensive because of an odorless alcohol that is extracted to make perfume scent last longer.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's just like...
I plan to go to the police and have them record my discovery, as I fear it might be stolen from my house. What?
Is he keeping it in his house?
I don't know, maybe.
Wow. He's just
There
snuggling.
you go.
He's just snuggling up to it in bed. Just like, my $2.4 million spew vomit puddle buddy.
Yeah.
Weird word.
So anyone wants to get rich out there, go find some whale vomit.
Yeah. Instead of killing them,
Blech.
make them vomit.
Yeah, much more valuable than vomit.
Yeah.
My next topic is Johnny Rotten. If you know anyone knows who he is, he was a member of the Sex Pistols, lead singer.
No idea. But...
He was bitten on a penis by a flea after befriending squirrels.
Right. Okay. Yes. That's
So the 64-year-old, also
Ooh.
known as Johnny Rotten, says he has flea bites in several parts of his body after he befriended the squirrels who were hanging around his house in Venice Beach, LA. The bites, wow, last night was murder because of it, he said. It's itching too. It's such a poxy thing to get caught out on.
yeah. Get bit by a squirrel in the nuts, fire a flea. It's squirrels, nuts. I get the joke. Fuck, damn it. I didn't use it. God damn it.
I just found another one, which wasn't on my list, but I'm going to talk about anyway. So a couple with a 53-year age gap, has opened an OnlyFans account.
Nice. I'm gonna sign up right
A
away.
23-year-old man and his 76-year-old wife have opened an OnlyFans account to share saucy content with paying punters.
I mean, good for them. Everyone loves granny porn.
I don't know how much money they're going to get from it, but alright.
It's OnlyFans. They'll get a rake load. It would just be for the memes. People would just pay for it for the memes.
Yeah. They were married 2 weeks after meeting at her son's funeral. Gary was age 17 at the time and just emerged from a relationship. He just left a relationship of a 77-year-old.
Well, yeah, he died and got all the money. That's why he's doing it.
Yeah. They promised fully explicit content on their OnlyFans account. So that's anyone wants to go check it out, feel free.
If anyone doesn't want to check that out, apparently Belle Delphine, the person who sold her bathwater, is doing a hardcore porn on 25th December, if you want to celebrate.
Yes, I did see that, and then she released it on Twitter.
Yeah. I mean, good for her.
That she must have so much money.
I'd imagine so. People are horny as fuck. And she's not bad looking, so
Yeah.
it's a winning.
Well, I think it's like £30 a month for the basic
I
subscription.
don't know, I haven't looked at.
I haven't looked either, I just heard people talking about it.
You have, oh look, there, I can see the bathwater in your background, Dan.
Shh, don't tell him. Wow. Next topic. 5-day-old sushi leaves a woman with months of hallucinations. So a woman lived to regret eating 5-day-old sushi. Why would you do that anyway? You're an
I
idiot.
wouldn't know why you'd eat sushi anyway. It's raw fish.
Yeah, I don't like fish anyway. Fish keeps me out. Just...
No, I hate everything. Salmon's the worst. Fucking gross shit. I can't stand it. It makes me vomit and gag.
Even cod.
It makes me gag. Every time I smell fish, I gag. It's the hardest thing in the world because my family loves fish. And just
Well, if anyone meets Danny in real life, slap him with a fish.
please don't. I will vomit on you.
So she suffered from hallucinations, insomnia, and incontinence. Doctors are treating the 34-year-old woman discovered a giant tapeworm had been lurking in her stomach for 9 months.
Damn. How big's the tapeworm?
She was given a single dose of paracetamol, which is anti-worm medication, and went on to make a full recovery.
Yeah, good for her. She and her worm friend are hanging out in heaven. She's not dead, but
I've just found another interesting topic
go
to
ahead.
talk about. Might as well. We've still got a few more minutes of the podcast left.
Yeah.
A Nottingham pub has rebranded as a church.
Nice. To avoid tax, I imagine.
A pub in Nottingham is posted to get a church to get around the Tier 3 restrictions. In a tongue-in-cheek move, the newly renamed Church of 400 Rabbits Tequila Bar has filled an application to certify a place of meeting for regular religious worship. The Tier 3 measures rule that hospitality venues must remain closed except for delivery and takeout. Last month, Poland's Atlantic Squash and Fitness Club rebranded itself as a Church of the Healthy Body in a similar gimmick.
Praise to the Lord of alcohol.
And I think I've saved the best for last.
I'll be the judge.
I'm going to repeat that. Adolf Hitler wins local election in Nambia.
Hell yeah! Heil! Heil yeah!
A politician in Nambia named Adolf Hitler says he has no plans for world domination after romping to a sweepy victory in local elections. Adolf Hitler Unuma, 54, was elected by the town of Umpunja with 85% of the vote.
85?
Yeah.
Not bad. Should have been
there you go.
Should have been 9 votes.
Uh-huh.
Bam. Horrible comedy.
That was terrible. That's the worst joke on this podcast.
Oh no, there've been plenty more worse ones. And there's plenty more to come, so...
For many more episodes to look forward to. So make sure you follow the podcast.
Yes.
To get all the new and latest content, if you're still listening.
Yeah. Speaking of where to find us and what we're on, Dan, what are you on?
Check me out at twitch.tv/wellitwasabout-time. I'm on nothing else, and I'm yet to post the stream yet. Danny, what are you on?
I'm at Frankenstein on pretty much everything. FrankComstein. And then add gaming if you want to find my YouTube channel. But everywhere else...
Check him out on gaming, because he needs his love on his YouTube channel.
Yeah, don't go and watch the fucking arm wrestling video on my personal channel, because that video is close to 1,000 views, and I don't like it.
1,000 views? Who's watching that video?
I don't know, but it's nearly close to it. It's on like 950 something at the moment, and it's...
How have you got that many views on the video?
Because I clickbaited the shit out of it. I called it the world's most intense arm wrestle, and it comes up when you Google arm wrestle world's most intense. So anyone who wants to watch an arm wrestling video under the disguise it's an intense arm wrestle,
why not you can do the second video of it?
I've done second videos and they tanked. They still got more views than most of my normal videos. Like they're sitting at like 200 and something views. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with people? I should just pivot into arm wrestling content. It seems to do well.
You might just get subscribers to make money that way.
Yeah. I made a podcast to counteract that. I'm just going to force listeners to go and subscribe to my channel.
Yeah, so share it with your friends. Let them know that we exist. And thank you for listening.
Yeah, peace out, y'all.